6 plus 1, it's an easy Leetcode question. So you're giving a larger integer represented as an integer array digits, where digits I is the ith digit of the integer. The digits are ordered from most significant to least significant in left to right order. The larger integer does not contain any leading zeros, so you don't have any leading zeros at the beginning of the integer, the digits. Basically, your goal is just to plus 1 to the digits that they provided to you and print output as 1, 2, 3, print as 1, 2, 4, right? The array presents the integer 1, 2, 3 increment by 1. So the result is 1, 2, 4, and then the next example is 4, 3, 3, 2 plus 1 is 4, 3, 2, 2, right? And this example is actually a really great example because this is the scenario that you need to handle. Because if the digit is actually 9, then you need to handle the scenario that how to print the 10. And then if there's multiple 9s, you need to continue to print more 0 and add 1 to the first digit, right? And then that's why the result here is 10. And then here's some constraints here, and here are the company asked this question. Facebook asked 11 times in the last 6 months. So there are multiple ways that you can solve this problem. You can do it by the Python's function. You basically convert this. This is a list, right? And everything inside of this list is basically a string, and you can basically convert the string to join them together to an integer, and then you plus 1. And after you plus 1, you calculate the number and you convert back the string to the integer. Convert the integer result back into a list, look like this again. So it's you can totally use Python's function to do it, and so that you don't even need to handle the scenario. It's pretty straightforward, and I can show you if you want to first convert this together, right? You want to join 4, 3, 2, 1. You want to join them, and then it's basically you want to map the string to the digits, their strings, and then you basically do this, and you want to and then convert them to an integer, right? This is convert to integer, and then you want to plus 1. And that's the integer part, 4, 3, 2, 2. And then how do you convert them back into a list? Basically, is you want to do list, right? And then inside of this list, you basically wanted to map them together. I know there's a lot of parentheses and integer, and when you map them, you want to map this is the integer, you want to convert this into a string, right? And then you want to convert the string into integer to the string, and here you should have another one, and then basically that should be it. Return list map. You want to map the integer to the string and put them into a list, and here's the integer, add together, and yeah, that should be yep. So this is one way that you can do it. You can basically just purely by doing this function and basically change the string to integer, add them, and then after you add them into integer, you convert them back into a list in Python, and then like this. And the other way is, if you don't remember how the function works, you can purely just easily go through handling the digit. So when you handle the digit, all you need to do is just handle the last digit, right? So what I'm gonna check is I'm simply just gonna find the index of the last index and a +1 to the last index number. And if while the last digit added up to 10, what I'm gonna do is set the last digit to 10. If the last index is 0, that means there's no any other digit before it. I'm just gonna insert a 1. If there is another digit in front of it, I'm just gonna what I'm gonna do is just continue to +1, but then I'm just gonna plus the actual one to the one before, and then shift the last index to the one smaller. And I will show you how to do this in code and you will understand it better. So if not digit, right, I'm gonna return digits. And that's the edge cases if I don't need to calculate at all. And I'm gonna set a last index. Basically, the last index of any digit is basically the length of digits, right? -1. That's the last index that I need to handle. If you look at this number here, it's basically length. Length is 4 minus 1, 3. So 0, 1, 2, 3. That's why the last index is -1. And then digits, last, I'm basically gonna do is plus equals 1. The goal is to just +1 to the last digit, right? Everything else don't need to add at all. So now I'm gonna check while the digit last equals to 10. The reason I'm using while loop is because if there's multiple digit like 999, it has 999, I need to continue on this loop. That's why I have to say it's a while loop. So if I'm gonna if the last digit is I add up to 10 already, I'm gonna set last digit to 0 first, because you can't store 10 in one single digit after the calculation. You have to change it to 0 first, and then we'll handle the carryover 1 to the previous number digit. And then so if last equals to 0, so if the last digit is 0, basically in this case, this last index is 0, right? Because there's only one digit there. There's meaning that there's nothing before it. If there's nothing before that, I have to add 1, right? If I set the last digit to 0, I have to insert 1 at the beginning. So there's an insert function in Python. You can do it. Digits insert. I'm gonna insert. There are 2 parameters in the insert function. You basically insert at the position index, and then I'm gonna insert 1. 1 is the number that I want to insert, but I'm gonna insert it at the index 0. So that's why I put 1 in front of this last digit. I set it to 10. That's that case. Else, if the last index does not equal to 0, there's other digit. They're basically like those kind of scenario. There's more digit in the front. What am I gonna do? If there's more like a 9s, I'm gonna continue on this loop. So I'm basically gonna -1 if there's already a digit, say if the number is 19, right? And I'm gonna say the digits last -1 is basically this one digit. I'm just gonna add a 1 to it so that it will become 20, right? 20. And then after I do that, I'm gonna shift the pointer, basically the last pointer, last minus equals to 1, so that I shifted the pointer to the one digit before if there's still anything left. And then that's it for the function basically. Then in the end, I want to return the digits. That's basically what we calculated for. Since we didn't change the array format, so everything will just return as is. Yep. Digit or digits. Alright, if you think this is helpful, please like my video and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you soon with more Leetcode question. Bye bye!